Hey, welcome back to CrossTalk podcast. I'm Tomoya.
Hi, I'm Andrea.
So we are going to talk about resellers and scalpers.
Scalpers. Okay, yeah.
Scalpers.
Resellers and scalpers.
Yes.
Okay.
You know, these are people who buy popular items just to sell them for a higher price, much higher price,
Yes.
right? So I remember when Tamagotchi were first released.
I do too, yes.
Do you remember?
Yeah, I do remember.
It was nearly impossible to find one.
Okay, I wasn't shopping for one, but I remember I had just come to Japan and a lot of my students at that time had them. Of course, you know, they're not allowed to bring those to school, but it was a topic. Everyone talked about it, and it was a really big thing. And everyone on the trains and the buses always had Tamagotchis.
Tamagotchi.
Yeah. So yeah, they were very popular, I remember.
Did you have one?
No, I think like years later, after I had a child, my son wanted one and he had one for a while. Yeah, but that was after the main boom had kind of passed. So it wasn't too hard to find.
Yeah. At the time, my grandma got Tamagotchi for me, so I was lucky.
Oh, that is nice.
So this Tamagotchi was constantly sold out,
Yeah.
and then we couldn't find anything at all.
That's right.
And then the price inflated. I don't know the exact price, but it was crazy price.
Well, I think at that time, you know, this is back in the 1990s. So I think the original, like the manufacturer's price wasn't that much. And it was, you know, a child's thing. So it was like 1,500 yen or something, I recall. It wasn't that expensive. I could be wrong.
I think a resale price was 8,000, 1,000,000 yen.
That's a big jump. I could be wrong, but if anyone knows what the price used to be, let us know in the comments, because I don't remember clearly, but I don't think it was that much.
Yeah. But this is a cool fact. This is an interesting fact. Bandai made this Tamagotchi.
Yes.
You think Bandai made a lot of money, but
You'd think so.
You think so.
You would think so, yeah.
But in the reality, they have lost a lot of money.
Why? They sold so many of these little devices. How can you lose money on that?
Because they made too much of Tamagotchi. And then they piled up these stocks in a factory.
Okay.
And the boom is gone. They couldn't sell these stocks.
Oh, I see. Wait a minute. But just a few years ago, like 5 years ago, wasn't there like a revival?
Yes.
Was that like them selling the stock? Like the stocked devices from the 1990s?
That's a nice guess, but I think not.
True. Okay.
But the Tamagotchi keep coming back to the market.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And changing its style. And then I think now it's kind of they have installed AI Tamagotchi or something.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I kind of vaguely remember the news, but I think there is one.
Okay, I'll have to look for that. That's interesting. Because the original Tamagotchi was actually quite basic, right?
Yes.
The screen was just what, dark gray and light gray, right?
Yes.
And it was a line figure.
Yes.
Basically, very pixelized line figure.
Yeah, dots and dots.
Yeah. Is that correct? Am I remembering correctly?
Yes.
Okay.
It's correct.
Okay. So it's actually quite primitive compared to like what we have now.
Right. Yeah. And yeah, that was a long time ago.
Yeah, it was.
So that era, there's no word describing these people.
Okay.
Resellers.
But people were doing it, right?
Yeah. So in Japan, recently, the term tenbaya is commonly used for this type of resellers.
Okay, tenbaya.
Tenbaya.
Okay.
And very recently, McDonald's and Chiikawa collaborated, and they made Chiikawa Happy Meal toys.
Okay. Well, I bet that was popular.
Yeah, this was super popular, like more than Tamagotchi.
Okay. Chiikawa's a little bit cuter. I can understand.
It's cuter than Tamagotchi.
Yeah.
So the first wave reported the Chiikawa toys sold out in just 2 or 3 days.
Okay.
And the second wave, Dainidan, was gone in only 24 hours.
Oh my goodness, that's crazy. And this is thousands and thousands of toys, right?
Of
There's
course.
a lot of toys.
Yes. And, McDonald's like surprised. And then they cancel the plan of third wave.
Oh, that's too bad. They probably couldn't anticipate how popular it was going to be.
I think they could have predict.
How do you think so?
Chica is cute and super popular worldwide.
Yeah, but lots of things are. Like Tamagotchi is also, and Hello Kitty is also. Like I don't know. It's hard to predict, really. I think.
But wait, was Tamagotchi popular in the United States?
Yes, but not as popular as Japan.
Right.
Yeah.
But Chiikawa is probably super popular in the United States.
Okay.
I believe.
Okay, I don't know.
I believe.
Some characters actually are, like Pokemon is incredibly popular in the States too.
Yeah, Pokemon for sure.
So yeah, I could see Chiikawa would be the same or higher level maybe.
But I should mention this. Very sadly, some people were just buying the Happy Meals to get the toy and then throwing the food away. This has made a lot of people angry.
Yeah.
So it seems like, children, family, they are disappointed.
Yeah, because I think the Happy Meals are specifically for children. And so, children want to go to McDonald's and they want that toy. They want to get the toy, so they want to go to McDonald's often.
Yeah.
And then when they go and they're not given the thing, then a lot of kids cry and throw a fit, to be honest.
Yeah. Also, some adults like me disappointed too.
Yeah, but adults hopefully won't throw a fit and cry. Maybe you did, though. I don't know.
I was about to cry, but yeah. So we actually went McDonald's.
Yes, we did go because
after we heard this news.
Yeah, after we heard this is because you told me I had said the first one was sold out, the second one was sold out, and the third one was canceled. But so I looked online and it looked like maybe some stores still had some of the second group of toys left. So I thought, okay, maybe there's a chance we can get one, but we could not. And I was also disappointed, to be honest. I was thinking, we could get lucky, but no, we did not.
Were you planning to resell these Chiikawa toys?
No, not at all. I just wanted to see it. That's all. Just want to look at it.
I'm for sure I would keep these toys.
Yeah, because you like it, so I would just give mine to you. I was going to give it to you.
Oh, thank you. So we, instead of getting Chiikawa Happy Meal toys, we got a Minecraft toy.
Yeah. Which I think Minecraft is popular too, but not as popular. Minecraft is popular around the world too.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's for sure a worldwide class thing. Yeah. So yeah, I know Minecraft, so I'm happy with that.
Okay, good.
This Tenbaya kind of makes me think, is this phenomenal problem is a global thing? Global phenomenon?
Yes, I think so. And you could see very clearly, for example, like during the pandemic, it was the same around the world, but like in Japan, people couldn't buy enough of the paper face masks because, and like toilet paper and, what else? I don't remember. Like in America, it was not the masks so much as the hand sanitizer, like the gel hand sanitizer. Everybody wanted that, and no one could find it. Well, it turns out, in California and Nevada, like 2 brothers bought the entire supply of hand gel, and they were going to mark it up and resell it. Ooh. And then they got into trouble for doing that.
Oh, what happened?
Everyone just bashed them on social media and said, okay, don't buy anything from these guys. And so then they released the product for cheaper than they wanted to sell, but they still made a lot of money. So yes, we do have this 10 by concept of like reselling thing for a higher price than it's worth.
Yes. Also, there's other items listed up on my list, resold items. So limited edition of sneakers and G-Shock.
Oh, G-Shock. Yeah, I guess. Are they still popular?
I think so. I heard G-Shock is popular sometimes on the internet.
Okay, because they kind of go in phases. I feel like it depends on like what version or something it is. Okay.
So, and yeah, and GPU.
GPU. Is that like a computer chip or something?
Oh yeah, graphic processor unit.
Aha. Okay.
This is probably popular among game players.
Okay.
So the more expensive graphic card, GPU, the more people want it.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah.
Because this processor boosts up your graphic performance and some other things. So,
But people are scalping these?
yes.
Like selling them for higher than the original price?
Yeah.
Like what level? Like what? How much higher?
Like, in the US,
Yeah.
this GPU is around $400, $500, $600.
Okay, so pretty expensive.
Yeah, but when they import it to Japan, these Japanese electronic stores sell these at around 10万円, 12万円, 14万円. It's crazy expensive.
Yeah, part of that is definitely like 10 buy, right? Reselling for higher, but part of it's probably customs and shipping too.
Yes, tax.
Yeah. Tax, yeah.
Yeah.
Customs tax would be expensive on that.
Thanks to Trump, we only can get this GPU at higher price.
Well, yeah, but I think even before Trump, they were probably expensive.
Yeah, true. And also, I should mention this Pokemon card.
Oh, okay. Is someone doing 10 buy for Pokemon cards?
Oh, yeah, of course. Pokemon card is very, very, trend in Japan and US. And,
Really?
Yeah, this is a very typical 10 buy items
Okay.
for these people.
Okay, I didn't know that. But I could guess, yeah. Because there's always like rare cards or premium cards or, the cards that people want that are hard to get.
Right. So yeah, it's very frustrating if you are a true fan and you really wanna get something like this.
You're just disappointed that you didn't get the Chikawa Happy Meal, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I looked up online flea market price. They're a little expensive. 4,000 yen, 5,000 yen,
For one piece?
Not for a
For
set.
the set? Okay, that's a lot. Considering it's a free toy and a Happy Meal. That's a lot.
It is a lot.
Yeah. It is frustrating when you are a fan. Like, I know you're a fan of Chikawa. You've been talking about it for a while. I know you like it. So, yeah, I would be frustrated and annoyed too, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about the word we use, tenbaya.
Okay, yes.
In Japanese, we say this tenbaya. But how would you say this tenbaya in English?
I think we say scalper, which is kind of a gross meaning, kind of a gross word. You can say reseller.
Yeah.
Reseller.
Reseller sound a little bit soft.
Yeah, a little bit better. It's just like someone got something and you're going to resell it for a slightly higher price. But scalper has an image of like cheating someone, charging too much money and cheating them out of their money. So we often use the word scalper, and I know what it means, but I didn't know the history. So I looked it up online real quick. And there seems to be like no agreement as to where this word actually came from. But most people think it comes from Native American culture. So when many tribes fight against another tribe and they kill members of the opposite tribe, they would cut off the scalp of their opponent and take it back to their town or their encampment to show that they had indeed killed the person. So I think like in samurai culture, the samurai, if they fight, would cut off the head of their opponent. And, in Europe too, like medieval Europe, they cut off the heads of people. But, you can only carry so many heads as evidence.
Right. Maybe two or three.
Yeah, maybe 2 or 3, 4, maybe if you're strong. But with scalps, you can carry a lot of scalps. And so
That's gross.
it is gross. But the Native Americans would put them on a string to show like how many people they had killed in battle, apparently.
Ooh, that's yuck.
It is kind of yuck. Yeah. So that's where it comes from, maybe, is this culture of like cheating people and, taking their scalp.
Oh, like, 取ったぞ.
Yes, exactly like that. Yeah.
Oh my god. So this scalper or scalping is sounds close to tenbaya. Tenbaya sounds really bad in
Does
Japanese.
it?
Yes.
I thought it just like turn around and resell it.
No. Tenbaya has a negative nuance.
Oh, okay. Yeah, scalper is negative too, for sure. Yeah. It has the image of cheating people, of like charging too much.
Yes.
Yeah.
Used to be called this way, sedori.
Okay, what's the kanji for that? Do you know?
I don't know kanji for this
Sedori.
because I only see this in hiragana.
Okay. I guess the dori would be toris, taking something.
なんかちょっとの利益を取るみたいな I think.
Oh, okay.
Taking a little bit of
Taking a little
benefit.
profit. Okay.
Yeah.
Taking some profit.
Yes.
Okay. Interesting.
But now we say this tenbaya a lot.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, is it legal in Japan? I don't know if it's legal to do this.
This is actually legal.
It is legal?
Yes. To resell something.
Okay.
Like, for example, when you get a music concert ticket.
Yes.
But on the day you got sick and can't go, so you can resell this concert ticket to either friend or someone
Okay.
you want to sell.
Okay.
This isn't illegal.
I'm not sure if it's legal or not in America, but it's kind of the same thing. Like in America, if there's a big sporting event or a music concert, often, like, for example, let's say you want to buy tickets and you couldn't get tickets. You can go to the event on the day, and there's usually a scalper outside selling tickets.
Oh,
But you have to, be prepared because the prices can be very expensive.
yes, of course.
So it's just a question of if you want to pay that much or not. And honestly, like some people, like you said, like they have something comes up and they couldn't go, or they get sick and they couldn't go. And so these people also stand outside and resell their tickets, but they don't charge, a lot. They just charge whatever they paid or maybe a little bit more.
Yes.
It's not like triple the price or,
Right. No,
10
no,
times the price. It's just
No.
the price of the ticket plus a bit more. I think that's okay, maybe.
I think that's okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure actually what the rule is in America.
I actually checked the rule in California.
Oh, okay. Oh, good. Thank you.
In California, if you sell something at a crazy expensive price, you'll be charged, and then you'll be misdemeanor.
Oh, misdemeanor.
Misdemeanor.
Misdemeanor. Okay, that's a crime.
Yeah,
That's a crime. So it's like a minor crime.
minor crime.
That
yes.
just means a minor crime.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So you can sell, but not for really expensive?
I guess so.
Okay. California is the strictest of states for many, many things. So that's okay.
In some places, like New South Wales, Australia, ticket scalping is illegal.
It is illegal. Okay.
Yes.
In some places.
If you sell the ticket for more than 10% above the original price, you'll be in charge.
Okay. So you could, if you had a ticket for 1,000 yen, you could sell it for 1,100 yen, but not 1,200 yen.
No.
Okay. That's kind of nice though, because it keeps everything like reasonably priced for people. People are not hogging tickets to resell them at crazy prices.
People might think, can we stop this tenbaya? I think it's really difficult. Nearly
Probably.
impossible.
Yeah, I think so too.
One big reason is, supply and demand.
Yes, because that means there's a bigger demand than supply.
Yes. So we can't stop it.
Right. But I think for something like Chikawa, even if the supply were large, the demand would still be large.
Yes, larger than they expected.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, this Tenbaya phenomenon is really a problem for us.
Yeah, it is.
And I hope we could have a solution for this someday.
That'd be nice. Yeah, that'd be very nice.
Okay, and it's time to your turn, our listeners. We love hearing your perspective on the topics we discussed. Have you ever had dealing with scalpers getting a mask or some
Concert tickets. Yeah.
And
toilet paper.
Yeah, toilet paper.
Whatever. Yeah, there's all kinds of things you can do Tenbai with, right? Yeah. So yeah, if you've had experience, let us know, please. I think a lot of people have, probably. A lot of people love music, live music, concerts, going to music shows, music matsuris. So yeah, probably some of our listeners have had this experience.
Yeah. Oh, and we are always looking for new episode ideas. And what would you like to hear us talk about next? Please share your thoughts on our social media.
Yeah, if you have anything you'd like to hear about, let us know.
All right, that's all for this episode. But don't forget to catch our next one. Also, you can watch this episode on YouTube. Please check it out.
All right, this is CrossTalk signing off, bringing you English your way every week.
Keep listening and keep shining. Bye.